Hey, welcome back to Kitchen Cutters. Just wanted to talk to you today just about getting your salon ready in your kitchen. What you want to do is always be prepared. Have all of your products laid out. Make it easy on yourself so there's no confusion. Today we're going to do some barbering work on some great little friends of mine, but I just wanted to show you really quickly. By laying it out, we know we have our clippers ready to go. We have our trimmers ready to go. We have all three. We're using a half cut, a number 1, and a number 2 on my friends. It's much easier to be prepared. You'll be much happier. Come on back to Kitchen Cutters and we're going to show you how to do these haircuts. We'll be right back. So today I want to introduce you to my friend. This is Mr. Jack. Mr. Jack, say hi to Kitchen Cutters. Oh, all right. He's really not shy. Anyhow, what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little skateboard look on Jack. We're going to undercut. We're going to just buzz right up. We're going to leave basically a mohawk right across the top so it hangs over. So we're going to use the clippers. We're going to trim right up nice and short, taper it right into it. Just want to take a little bit of water, dip the comb into it, and comb through lightly. It's just so much easier to work with the hair just slightly damp. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, it's great, we brought clips just to make it easier. So we want to take basically a mohawk across the top. We want to section it right on the edge of the horseshoe, right on the edge of the horseshoe, comb the rest down, and comb this all up. And we are going to clip it out of the way. It is done. On number 2, you can see that, and it just snaps right in. Very easy. Okay. So I'm going to actually start right in the back, and we're going to take it right out. Just to start cleaning it up so we can see it. We're not going to go past anything that we sectioned off. You are awesome, Mr. Jack. Okay. Now I'm finding that this is in the way, so I'm going to just remove this towel out of the way. Instead of a number 1, that's why I wanted to see how fine his hair was. You can see he's got some great, very light texture hair, very soft. So we may not go with a number 1. We may just go with a trimmer and clean it up just to keep it looking so you can see. Otherwise it may be too short for him. So what I'm going to do is go with the trimmers, okay, which is to do my little bit of edge work. Now, what I want to do, this is barbering, cutting back on the hair and just touching it lightly. Going under it and just touching it lightly. Going under it and just touching it lightly. You get a nice straight line, come up with the comb. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, let's now swing over to this side and show you what we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to just move the hair out of the way a little bit. Oh, wait. I told you can't laugh when I'm cutting your hair. How lucky it is when this happens to you, because sometimes they're crying and that's not good, but it's much easier when they have that beautiful smile. So let's get back to Mr. Jack. We're going to take a little section, we're going to comb it down. We basically want to have an angle going right around to the longest point. So we're going to just start out with our first little section, and it looks short, but it is right here. Watch this. Boom, boom. So here we are, that cut. That hair separates right on that. Look at that. That's going to be great because everything's going to work off of that point. So we're just going to continue right around on that line we just cut. Now remember, when you're combing, comb, grab the hair with your fingers, squeeze, slide down on the comb, and freeze. Let's take one more little section. And we're bringing it right back to that same line. Let's try that again. We're going to cut right on the same line. Boom, boom. So we're just going to come back again and comb right onto where we started. Trim that right out and watch what it does when it graduates forward. Perfect graduation. Now, what we're going to do is comb the hair straight down and see what we have left. So we're going to just continue right now. We're just going to barely touch that hair to continue that corner. Right down into it. We wanted to leave that length, so we're cutting right down to that length. Look at that. A little dusting. Okay. So A lot of kids riding skateboards and everything, they want to have that little long fringe. We're going to leave it because we can always cut it off. Let's have fun with it. You know, if you're done with a haircut on your kids and later on you go, you know, I want to get that a little shorter, then you can cut it. Okay, so Jack has fine hair. What we want to do right now is most hair, when you do buy shears, they come with a half cut shear. You have a blade on one side, you have the teeth on the other. These are half cuts. So right where we cut in the back to start the angle, we see some, you know, just some pieces. It's finer hair. So what we want to do is we want to lift that finer hair right up. Okay, we just want to just touch the edges. Okay, we just want to trim those little edges just to soften them up a little bit, and look at what it does. Instantly softens up. You can come underneath with the comb and just soften them up just lightly. Wherever you see those heavy lines, you just point cut that very lightly. And look at the difference. Everything falls in very nicely. Now you can see on a hairline, okay, his hairline goes out and down. Let's not cut a straight line across it. Let's come up underneath it, take out that little edge, and let it work naturally on the baseline. You don't have to have a square line all the time. As you finish, you can see what we did. We left that length. We took the mohawk out. We shaved up underneath with a number 2, very easy. Cleaned up all the edge work, left the back so that we didn't have a solid line. We just let it flow right into it. It looks really, really nice that way. Mr. Jack, I thank you very much for being on Kitchen Cutters today. Say goodbye to everybody. Say see you later. See you next week on Kitchen Cutters. All right. Thanks for being here. We'll be back. Thank you very much.